Kelly and welcome to my channel, Kel's Lightwork Glass Jewellery and more. I hope you're feeling happy today, and if not, I hope I can cheer you up. Today we're going to be opening Softflex's Gone Batty, and I've definitely gone Batty, especially for this kit. So, this kit is a challenge kit, as always with Softflex. It's not just a challenge kit, it's also a beading kit. So, it goes two ways. You can just bead with it, you can bead with it, you can do a challenge with it. So let me explain. So, it's a beading kit in general, as it's a beautifully curated kit. But also, Softflex has a Facebook group, which you can go into, just peruse around and have a look. Or you can ask questions, and there are plenty knowledgeable people in there. The Facebook group is called, just let me have a quick look. I'm going to actually lift this up so you're not looking at the top of my head. I'm going to have to lift up my glasses so I can read it. The Facebook group is called Softflex, very important beading, in brackets, VIB, studio group. That's the name of the Softflex group. And in that group, you, as I said, you can ask questions and there's people that can answer the questions. Also, with this beautifully curated kit, you can make designs. You can also use some stuff from your set, but predominantly it needs to be mainly the beads from the kit. And when you put the designs in the kit, you need to use the hashtag on here when I find it, the hashtag Batty, all in lowercase. I will put that in the description below the Facebook group. And for this month, the dates are September the 25th till October the 28th, which I will also put in the description. So you put hashtag Batty above your picture, and it's between September 25th and October 28th. So you would want to know why you would want to join the challenge. So if you join the challenge, at the end of the challenge dates, then all your names will go into a random picker, and one random name will be drawn by this random picker, and you have a chance of winning next month's kit, which next month's kit is going to be Badlands, which I'm sure will be another amazing kit by Softflex, because all their kits are absolutely wonderful. I know I absolutely love them, so why wouldn't you want to join? I love every single one of their kits. I'm just outstanded by them. They're beautiful beads, beautiful findings, they're outstanding pendants that come in them. I just love them. I love creating with this kit. I love creating with this kit for you. I love creating with this kit just generally. So give it a go if you want. You don't have to. I'm just suggesting if you've got the kit, give it a try. Also, Softflex have a wonderful YouTube page. On their YouTube page, they do unboxings of the kit, they do making with the kit and stuff also off their page. They also bring in other designers. They do this 3 times a week, where they do making on their channel. I do apologise. They do the unboxings of their kit on the last Wednesday of the month. Also, all these lives that they do 3 times a week go into a playlist. Also, they have some stuff that is not live, it's pre-recorded, that also go into the playlists. So you can go back and watch what you have missed in the play and go into the playlists and watch them. So go and have a look, go and have a peruse around, go and see what's there. There's knotting, there's bead string, there's wire work, and so much more in between. I hope you'll enjoy what you see there, because I love going through the archives for stuff that I've missed. But I watch every single live. Honestly, I'm stuck on their lives. I really am. They also have such a wonderful website that they have so many findings, they have so many beads, they have tools as well. They have everything you could want from a jewellery website. So I hope you'll also go and have a look at their websites. Everything I've put there, everything I've mentioned, I will also put in my description. But your other advantage is, if you buy the kit, you will get a $5 discount. You'll get a code on the back of your content sheet to get $5 off. So even more of a bonus to buy the kit, I say. So now I think that's all the housekeeping out of the way. So why don't we go down to the mats, unbox this absolutely wonderful looking kit, and also get making some jewellery with it. What do you say? How's about to try and make you happy? Or make you happier if you're already happy. I'm going to take you down to the mat. See you down there in a bit. Let's open this Batty kit. So, it's beautifully wrapped, and I love this silver paper and this beautiful bat on it, and also this lovely twine around it. So let's undo the twine without knotting it, preferably. Because you can use the twine in your projects. So you can use this twine, as I always say, as a double strand or even a single strand in like a necklace or a bracelet. So don't ever throw it away. You can actually use it. So I'm going to put this up on the top corner of my mat. I'm going to gently open this paper. I'm actually going to cut the sellotape with a pair of scissors, so I don't rip the paper. So let's open this. Sorry about the rustling, because I know it drives some people absolutely batty. Sorry about the terrible pun. So here we go. We've got this wonderful kit. So let's take this out. I'm going to put it on the side of my mat. Apologise about my coughing. I've not coughed into my hands, don't worry. So first of all, we have this wonderful Softflex wire in Softflex black on it colour medium beading wire. So this is the beading wire. Look at that lovely dark colour. So as always, I'll show you the thickness of it. That's the colour and the thickness of it. It's lovely. It's brilliant beading wire, and it's wonderful to work with. So next we have Softflex 2x2mm sterling black oxidized crimp beads. So here we go. We've got the lovely crimp beads, and there's about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think there's about 16 crimp beads in there. And look at that lovely black colour in them. I love the darkness of those beads, those crimp beads, crimp tubes, sorry. Then we've got gunmetal ear wires with ball. So give me a second. I think that's in this package. And you get 4 of them. I think they're great in that colour. I think the oxidised, the gunmetal, the oxidised black wire, the gunmetal black wire is brilliant. Then you got a 12mm gunmetal lobster claw clasp. And oh, if I can get hold of it. It opens nice and smooth, which I have just flung it right across the room. So next we have 10mm brown ceramic round beads, which is this lovely strand. And they're lovely. After that, we have a Jessie James bead mix, which we will open. It's called Gum Batty, but we'll open that at the end and we'll go through it. Then we have these gorgeous little ceramic bats. Not sure if you can see them very well in my lights. Let me see if I can, there we go, tilt him slightly. Look at the little details on him. I'm trying to see if he's got a little hole through him or not. Give me a sec, I'm seeing if he's got a little hole in him or not. Yes, he has. He's got a little hole. He's drilled side to side on the top, like a briolette. So this is our little bat, our little ceramic bats. Pop him up. Then we've got 25mm Sweet and Petty Bat and Moon Charms. That's these ones. Aren't they beautiful? If you can call Halloween charms beautiful, but they are kind of cute. See if I can turn them. But I do kind of like these. They really are nice. Then we have check glass jet black faceted beads. These will go nice with that little bats and with the other charms. Then we have check glass smoky black and grey round beads. Try not to let them escape. Oh, they're lovely. Look, they've got some beautiful colours in them. And you get 6 of them. Sorry about my arm being across the screen. Then you get And then you get checked glass, white and grey triangles. Ooh, they have got some great patterns. They remind me a little of leaves. We really are into autumn now, aren't we? Little white and grey leaves, triangle leaves in a way. They don't say leaves on the description, but that's what they remind me of, triangle leaves. And it's a very long strand. They are beautiful. Next we have a 45mm silver plated filigree components. These are the filigree components. Aren't they lovely? Look at the absolute wonderful detail. If I want to try and focus that. Look at the detail in that. It's beautiful. Then we have a 24 inches of matte black finished chain. So this is the chain. Look at the different sizes of chain in that. It's wonderful, and there's quite a bit of chain here. So that's the chain. So now I'm going to move that mat up so we can focus on the Jesse James bead mix. So I'm going to pull you down so you can see what's in this mix. So let's pull it out, put it off slightly to the side. So this is the whole bead mix. This is everything. So we've got 2 drops, which are drilled top to bottom. They're the 2 drops. Then we've got 2 squares, which are also drilled top to bottom. And they're just flat with slightly rounded edges. Then we've got, well, they're oblong, sorry. Then we've got 2 actual squares, which have got rounded edges, which again are drilled top to bottom. Then we've got 2 grey hexagons, which again drilled top to bottom. And these are faceted hexagons. And we've got, I'm just going to pull a couple of things out here. Then we've got 7 of these faceted, sort of like silvery black beads. Then we've got 6 of these silver and sort of like a shiny wave on the bead. as you can probably see in the camera. And they're really beautiful. It's like an AB wave. And they're drilled going across the wave, as you can see. Then we have like these little cubes. And you have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 of them. And they're sort of like an amethyst colour. And they kind of got like a little sparkle to them. Oh, sorry, I apologise about my hands across the screen. I missed one of the beads when I was picking up those like little black beads, those like shiny little faceted black beads. So instead of having 7, you actually do have 8 of them. So now I'm picking up some little spacers. Just double check I've got them all. So these are like little, oh, let me put down the rest of them, like little disc spacers with rhinestones in them. And you have a total of 2, 4, 6, you've got 8 of them, and they're in silver and like a white rhinestone. And then you've got 8 bright white silver daisy spacer. So I put this up on my finger and bring it right up. Oh, get some focus. There you go. That's the little daisy spacer. Now we're getting to the little beads. I'll pull you right up. Now we have some of these triangle beads. And we've got 10 of these triangle beads that are in an opaque, well, like a translucent to opaque white. They are really kind of darling. If you can call anything that is in the Gone Batty kit darling, but they really are. Oh, I missed a little rhinestone spacer. So rather than 10, you've got 11. Now we've got a load of little beads, and I mean tiny, tiny little beads. And I'm going to try and count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You've got 12 of these silver little beads. Let me try and focus you. And that's these. They're faceted silver beads, and they're lovely. Got quite a lovely little shine to them. We've got a lovely little bat. It's got some lovely moon decoration, like little stars on it. It's really, really cute. I love it, and it's got like really lovely decoration in the middle. He's lovely. I love that little charm. Then we've got 2 moon charms. They're absolutely lovely. So let's pull them up forwards so you can see everything. Zoom you out a bit. And this is everything that is in the Gum Batty kit. So let's get to the making with the Gum Batty kit. So to start off with, we're going to make the necklace. So this is the layout that we got. I'm going to do a bit of an asymmetrical design with a front opening clasp on the left hand side. So we're going to use some of the large ceramic beads. We're going to use this adorable little bat with a bead on top, and we're going to do it in a Y star necklace. So also we're going to have seed beads on it, and with these large hole brown ceramic beads, we're going to put some seed beads through the large ceramic beads. We are going to be using 11/0 seed beads to be able to fit the beads to basically feed on the wire on the Softflex medium. My brain's just gone blank, which is always wonderful. Black onyx colour medium Softflex wire. So we are going to cut off 27 inches. I know that seems like a lot, but it's for a 26-inch necklace. We're going to put a double length of chain at the back. We're going to put 10 inches of that. So I know 27 inches seems like a lot, but it's to make sure that we've got plenty to do what we need with, to also be able to feed through, and to make sure we don't run out. If you wish to do a bit shorter, you can do, but this is what I feel comfortable feeding with. So let's get our soft tape measure and just start measuring out. So that's the 27 mark. Then we're going to need to keep our soft tape measure, because we do need to measure a few other things. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed a little black baton. We're going to feed the large grey bead on, which we're going to feed on both wires, because this is going to be a Y star necklace. Now we need 9 inches on this right side. So just to make sure, I'm going to actually measure it. So I need to pull it back a bit and then pull it back a bit. And double check again. I'm going to check my measurements on both sides. So it's going to take 9 on the one side, and you're going to need on the left hand side you are going to need 14 inches on the left hand side. So I'm going to lie my tape measure out and just check this side. This is all before I put the crimp bead on. So now they're measured out, I'm going to get a crimp bead out. And I'm going to feed a crimp bead onto both wires. I do apologise if you see sleeves coming into the picture, whereas usually in my videos you don't. It's just very, very cold in the UK at the moment. So now we're going to centre the bead. I'm going to get either your magical crimpers or a pair of crimping pliers like these, which I'll bring a little closer for you to see. So centre your bead. Make sure this bead has got a bit of movement in it for when you crimp. Crimp your bead and then just go round with your crimping tool. Oh. And just crimp at all the numbers on the clock. Give it a tug, make sure it's set in stone. Now, we are going to feed on our beads. I will see if I can bring you in a little bit. Actually, that is the wrong bead. what I couldn't see when I went to put this bead on was the 60 beads that were underneath. So let's put 1, 2. I do apologise about all the creaking. So there's those 6. So now we're going to put this on point down, so it points down towards the centre of the necklace. Then we're going to put on 3 more sea beads. Along with another 5, as we are going to be putting on a ceramic bead to go over the top, which is going to go over the top of the 5 beads, which, yes, will slide up and down these beads. It gives it a bit of a fidget quality. You know, like you get fidget bracelets, fidget rings, fidget necklaces. That's sort of the aim I'm going for here with these beads. So as you can see, it moves up and down the beads. So now another 3 beads, another 3 sea beads, which also this ceramic bead will move across these 3. And then one of these square beads. To begin with, the beginning side, the first 5 inches of this necklace on each side are the same. And then after that it changes. Now we're going to use one of the small beads from the Jetty James kit that came in this kit. Jetty James bead mix, which was an amazing mix. There was so much that was in that mix. And in this kit, I used quite a lot of beads out of it. Now another one of those little beads. Because as you come up towards a toggle clasp, you need to have smaller beads when you come towards the toggle clasp. So that when you get to your toggle clasp, it doesn't end up clogging up, and it will actually pull through the toggle clasp properly. So now I am just going to put a bead stopper on the end of that, and we're going to go on to the other side. So like the other side, we're going to put 6 11 OC beads. And these are in a jet black with an AB finish. An AB finish, just take the fluff off my mat. An AB finish has like a petrol finish on it, but it's a really lovely finish. If I bring this up, you see the seed beads, you see like that lovely finish on them. They're really quite cool. So now we're going to put some more seed beads on. We are going to put on another 11 seed beads, because we're putting on 3 either side of a bead, and because we're putting on a ceramic bead, we're putting on 5 under the seed bead, under the bead. Oh, make sure they're in frame, so that, as I said, it has that fidget quality finish on the necklace. I can't seem to get this seed bead. I'm just going to pick up these last couple of seed beads to put them on, because I do not want to seem to go on by trying to use the mat and the end of the Softflex to slide them on. So now we're putting the ceramic bead on and sliding them over the seed beads. And now we're putting on one of these lovely square, but well, rectangle with rounded edges. Another 3 seed beads. One of those little beads out of the Jessie James bead kit, which seems to try and escape across the mats. Another 3 seed beads. I'm just going to move the bulk of the necklace up out the way a bit. another one of those little beads. Now again, another 3 seed beads. And a little bead again. These little beads are very pretty. They've got some lovely little facets and colours in them. Now, again, we're putting on one of these ceramic beads, these brown ceramic beads, which are great. So we're going to put on another 11 seed beads. Oh, sorry, little on the edge of the camera there. I do apologise about the creaking. As you know, everything in my place creaks. I think even I might creak a bit. But I'm telling you, as I said at the beginning of this video, I've definitely gone Batty for this Batty kit. It's such a wonderful kit. It is so wonderfully curated. It's got brilliant beads in it. It's, even though, yes, they're black beads, they've got a wonderful complement of black. That black as a colour, you can have so many different shades of black, but also in there you've got some beautiful greys in this box. You've got the beautiful brown tones. You've got some whites in here. You've even got some beautiful silver tones in here. They're just amazing beads in this box that you can build such unique jewellery. And the pendants in this box are outstanding. They have a uniqueness to them. Now, next we're going to put on a black faceted bead. And we're going to alternate between these and another bead, which I will show you the next bead in a minute. And we're going to do this for 2 sets. So now we're going to put that bead on, and again 3 more seed beads. Sorry, I do apologise, I'm slightly off camera there. Now, this is the next wonderful bead we're going to put on. We're going to put on a silver bead, the, well, grey bead with the silver wave shimmer on it, which honestly I think is one of my favourite beads in the entire box. Other than, of course, the back pendant. That was definitely my favourite bead in the box. I love this back pendant here. This is my all-time favourite bead in the box. But I love those grey and silver shimmer beads. They are outstanding. I think I might have to see if I can buy more, because I love them. I might have to see if they've just got them on their own. So now, again, 3 more seed beads. Use seed beads, use 11 O's and 15 O's in your designs. They're great for spaces. They're wonderful beads. Now again, another one of those black faceted beads that came on the strand. Seed beads have a uniqueness of their own. They're not just for bead weaving. Whereas they're brilliant for bead weaving, yes. But they have an absolute true uniqueness. They can be used in so many different ways. And with them coming in such a variety of colours, they're wonderful. Now again, another one of those wonderful grey beads and shimmer, and with the waves. Now again, we're going to put on another set of 11 seed beads. Because we're putting on another one of those brown ceramic beads. So let me bring them all the way over. I think it's kind of fun to have these beads so they're fidgetable. Again, another bead. We've only got a few more beads to string. We've got one more set of a fidgetable bead, and then one more bead after that. So again, we're going to put on 11 beads, 11 seed beads. So that's 3 either side of the bead and 5 that go under the bead. If you so wish, you could use sort of larger beads, so go up to say 8 O's either side of the ceramic bead, and use a leather nose under the ceramic bead. Sorry, a little off screen there. I do apologise, I was a little off screen there. And another one of those ceramic beads, and to end the beaded portion of the necklace, one of those faceted black beads. Now let me lay out necklace. This is the beaded portion of the necklace. So as you see, asymmetrical necklace. And now we're going to do the loops and add the chain to it with jump rings. So now we're going to add the loops, the chain, and we're going to add the chain with jump rings, and we're going to add the toe clasp. So we are going to instead use a different pair of pliers to add the crimp beads. So a bit of a change, so you can see different ways of adding the crimp beads. So let's start with this shorter side. So let's take off the bead stopper, get a crimp bead out, or several in this case, so as my bag has just decided to exit loads of them. Add the crimp bead on. Let me see if I can pull you in a bit. Feed the wire back through. And pull it down to the beads. What we're going to do is loop them round a bit so the beads aren't too tight, and pull down the loop. Not making it too big, but not making it too small. So about that size. Maybe a little smaller. So about that size. So loop them round. Make sure all your beads are pressed down. I'm trying to keep your loop the same size. Then you're going to add it in the back notch by making sure your wires are parallel to each other so they're not crossing over. Add it in the back notch of the pliers. Turn the pliers a quarter, put it in the front notch of the pliers, squish it down, turn it, and then bring it all the way to the tip and press it. Give your wires a bit of a tug. Make sure they're done. Before we cut that off, we're going to do the other side. Going to get another crimp tube. Sorry, I know I always call them crimp beads because for a long time I used crimp beads rather than crimp tubes. So this is why I've got to think about calling them crimp beads. Add it on. Leave it back through. Loop your wire round and loop your beads round so they've got a bit of so they've got a bit of movement in them. Pull your crimp tube down, making sure to make your loops round about the same size. So you can always check them against the other end about the one that you've already done. Make sure all your beads are down. And you know what doesn't? And do you know what helps? If you don't put cream on your hands before you do this. So make sure everything's sorted. Give them a bit of a smooth. As I said, curl them up. Put it in the back of your pliers. Put it in the back notch of your pliers. Crimp it. Turn. Put in the front notch of your pliers. And then all the way to the tip. Just give it a bit of a squish. And then give it a bit of a tug. And then put away both sets of your crimping pliers. Now, get your cutters. Cut as close to your crimp tube as you can without cutting your loops. And save your Softflex. So put your tools away. You keep them and like that out. So now you need 2 sets of pliers. You need, well, before you need your pliers, don't put your cutters away yet. I do apologise. You're going to need your chain, you're going to need your soft measuring tape, because you're going to cut 20 inches of chain, because we are making a 26-inch necklace. So you're going to want to cut 26 inches of chain. So you're going to cut 20 inches of chain. So get it on the end, pull it along, and keep going until you get to the 20-inch mark, and then cut the loop right after the 20-inch mark. So this little loop here, this little loop just here. Very carefully. Because it's very, very fine chain. When you get to these little loops. And then put that remaining chain away. Fold it in half. So you get your two ends together. Get your jump rings. So where you've got the one loop in the middle, you want to pull it there. Let's add the loop to this end bit just here, and add, well, not so much a loop, a jump ring to this end bit here and to these end bits here. And we're going to add the double ends to this one side here, and we're going to add, when I find where I've just put them, we're going to add the single chain to the single end to the bar of the toggle clasp. So let's get our jump rings and find the gap in the jump rings, so we can get them together and get it opened and put them together. So let's pull these chains together. Put a jump ring through. There's one and there's two. Well, there was one and there was two. Oh, this chain is a little on the fiddly side. So we've got 1, and now we've got 2. And let's add that to this the long side of the necklace and close up the jump ring, making sure it's very well closed. Using your nails if you have to double check there's no gap in the jump ring. Now we're going to pull the chain down straight, just on one mat, and opening up the other jump ring. I am going to zoom you out just a little bit. Do apologise about the creak. And I've just had a jump ring ping across my table. And we're going to pick up the chain, dangle it down, pull it up, and hook it through the loop in the centre. They're very little loops in the centre. There we go. And then add on the bar. And then close it up. Checking with our nail that it is closed up properly. Pushing in slightly if you have to make sure that it's closed up. Now I'm going to get another jump ring. To add the toggle clasp to the other side of the necklace for the loop side of the toggle clasp. Hooking on the toggle, hooking on the, swear about these jump rings, I've got a bit of a life today. Hooking on the loop, because Softflex wire is very, very strong. So generally you don't need wire guardians unless you feel more comfortable adding them. Because Softflex wire will take wire guardians and wire guardians will take Softflex wire quite comfortably. Make sure the jump ring is perfectly well closed, if I can keep hold of it. checking with your nail if you have to. And there we go. We have a beautifully put together necklace that has a double strand chain at the back and is asymmetrical. So let me just line this up properly for you. And there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that part of the tutorial, and I will be back with the next part of the tutorial in just a few moments. Let's move the necklace out the way and put it on the bust. Apologise about my coughing. So this is the start of the bracelet to make it a little quicker. We're going to do a link like this. I'm going to tell you the length of this piece of cording, which we then cut in two, and we macrameed it on to the link, which is hammered at both ends to give it some rigidity. And the macrame is glued and then melted. We're going to add a short bit of chain to the end of the bracelet to give you some extension. We're also going to be using a macrame board with some T-pins to the bracelet to hold the bracelet in place. And we're also going to be using a bulldog clip to hold these in place when we fold them over. So let's start by using our 6-step bell making pliers, some some copper wire, some cutters to make our link, and one of the grey beads. So let's straighten our wire out, because we're going to do this all off the spool, but I will tell you the measurements if you give me a second. The length of wire is 8 inches of copper wire if you wish to do it off the spool. So we are going to add our bead to the spool. You are going to bend it at 3 3/4 of an inch. So you are also going to need your chain nose pliers. So do a bit of measuring to make sure everything is absolutely perfect. So measure it 3 3/4 inches. I am actually reading off my notes, so I'm making sure that everything is absolutely perfect, so that all steps match on the same. So we're going to use this 5th step on the bell makers. So bring it in after you bent the wire. put it in the bow and put it in the bow making pliers, up, over, turn and under, change hands and wrap 3 times. So 1, 2 and 3. You will have a bit of wire left. What we're going to do is we're going to get our chain nose pliers, push the wraps so they come all the way up, flatten out our loop, make sure our loop is central, then before we cut it off we're going to measure how wide this is. As you can see, I'm measuring how wide it is. And I'm bending it up. Now again, just give me a second, I have to adjust my stool so I'm not leaning too far. I apologise about the creaking. Now, again, we're going to go in with the pliers. We're going to go up and over. And adjust our pliers. Bring it round, just bend that out the way if you have to. Change hands and wrap down towards the bead. And pull it off the bead. Now, I'm going to bring in my cutters and I'm going to cut as close to the bead as possible. Pulling the wire up as I do and cutting down. And putting my wire out the way. Now again, doing the same on the other side, pulling the wire up towards the loop, holding my wire and cutting the excess wire off. I'm going to tuck my ends in. Which might be easier with this tool, with my my bent nose pliers. Do the same on the other end. Then I'm going to use 2 pairs of pliers to even up my loops so they're going the same way. Then I'm going to bring in my bench block with a nylon jaw hammer. Sorry about the towel, I do not have a rubber bench block. Putting my loop on the edge, making sure I do not, let me bring you in. Putting my loop on the edge, making sure I do not put my wraps on the bench block and hammering the loop on both sides of the loop. Doing the same on the other side. That just hardens up the loop. Now, I'm going to bring in my macrame board with my T-pins. These are T-pins, little pins with a T that look like a T. Also going to bring in this. The length of my stringing material, which you can use leather or cording, that is in total 5¼ inches, and it is, oh no, sorry, I do apologise, it is 13 inches and it is cut in half. You fold it over by, if you just give me 1 second, I did just have it. I think it is, I wrote it down at 1½ inch. It's alright, I wrote everything down for my own memory. Yes, fold it over at 1½ inch. So put it through the loop of your beaded portion, and you want to fold it over until it's been folded over. Make sure it's flat, your beaded portion. Make sure your loops are flat to add to the other one. Make sure you have your clip. And then clip it to 1½ inch, so it is clipped like that. Then pin your top loop to your board, and pin the bottom loop of your what do you call it, your bulldog clip as well. So clip this down and make sure it's well secure. Now you want to get of your cording material 25 inches. So using your soft tape measure, just measuring out 25 inches and cutting it off with a pair of scissors. Okay, so now we are going to do square knots. So let me centre this and see if I can bring you in a little tighter so I can show you how to do square knots. So you want to bring it underneath, centre your cord, so you bring both ends up together, and you want to tie them together. up towards, so left over right, under, over, under, through, and over, and then pull down. Push it up towards your loop, but not too close. And then over the top, your next cord over. So you've got a P shape, a Q shape on your left side. You want this cord to go over the top, under, underneath, through, over the top, and pull. You want to do four full sets of these. So now you want to do a P shape, and then you want to go under, through, over the top, and pull. Now you want to do a Q shape, over the top, underneath, over the top, and pull. And that's 2 full square knots. Now back to your P shape, and then over the top, under, over the top, making sure you're covering all your cords, and pull. Now back to your Q, over the top, underneath, over the top, and pull. Right, now before this next set, get your glue out. Get your GS Hypo cement out, because you're going to need it to glue your knots. So, do your P shape, over the top, sorry about the rattling, underneath, through, pull, making sure to catch all your threads, but before you pull it tight, dab on a line of GS Hypo cement, and then pull. Now you want to do your Q to finish your square knot, over the top, underneath, through, start to pull tight, making sure everything is caught in the knot. Before you pull tight, add your dab of glue, and pull tight, and that's your 4 full square knots. Now I'm going to pull you out a bit, and we're going to take you off the board. So take your bottom pin out, put it back in the top of your board, take your top T pin out and put it in the top of the board, and put your board away. And take your bulldog clip off. So, I'm going to get your scissors. You want to cut these down with about 1/4 inch left. these end cords that you were macrameing with. And put them to the side. Now get your lighter and light it. Be careful to watch your fingers. As it gets closer, dab it out to seal it. Do this in a well ventilated area. That's a little long. And again, on this side, light it. And dab it out to seal it. Right, now these excess cords, you want to trim them off up to the bottom of the macrame. So now you should have something that looks like this. So now we're going to get a small length of chain, being about 1.5 inches long. Oh, sorry. Let me pull you in so you can see what I'm doing. So you want to measure it from the beginning of the soft measuring tape to 1.5 inches long. Sorry to all those that hate links being cut, but this is a soldered chain. So get your link and cut your link. And put your chain away. Bring back your bracelet. Bring back your jump rings and your clasp. You'll need 2 pairs of pliers, chain nose and bent nose, or flat nose if you prefer. Get your jump rings, find the opening on them. Hook it through the hook it through the loop, add on the chain. And close the jump ring. Sorry if I've just knocked you, I do apologise. And then on the other end, get your jump ring, find the opening, get your clasp, add it onto the jump ring, and add your jump ring onto your other loop, and close your jump ring, making sure your jump ring's closed. Put your tools away so that you can't lose them. Making sure to put the lid on your glue. And here you go. You have a lovely bracelet with a macrameed portion. Very simple, yet very effective. Will work as a very nice unisex bracelet. I hope you enjoyed that short portion of the tutorial. Next, it'll be on to the earrings. Just a side note before we make the earrings. This bracelet is sized for a small woman to a older teenager. If you wish to make a bracelet for an adult male, you will need to do a bracelet at more of a 20-inch for the cording / leather here on the bracelets, just to give you some information. I hope that helps you if you decide to make this bracelet. So, as I said, now on to the earrings. Time to make the earrings, so let me show you what we're making. These are the earrings we're going to make. They're lovely and dangly. So, they've got the little triangles with the patterns on them. They are beautiful little earrings with the filigree and the ball ear wires. They've got a lovely little dangle to them. Let me pull you out a little bit. So let me lie them down for you. We're going to be using crimp beads as well as crimp tubes. We've got 2 short wires on one side and 1 long wire in the centre with the filigree. So this is what we're going to make. So let me put that off to the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 lengths of Softflex at 8.5 inches. So let's get our soft tape measure. So let's do that, 8.5 inches. So put it on the edge, pull out 8.5. So we've got, sorry, that's the one length at 8.5, sorry. And that's your centre one at 8.5. And then you've got 2 lengths at 5.5. So if you cut one and then butt it up against the other one, you can get 2 that are identical. In length. So there's your 2 identical in length. So now we're going to connect the ear wire to the centre of the filigree. Using a pair of pliers to find the centre of your jump ring. And open it up, and add it to the centre of your filigree at the top. You have to work out which one is the top, which bit is the top and the bottom. Because surprisingly enough, this filigree does actually have a top and the bottom. So if you add the jump ring on and close it, and then add the ear wire on, it tends to be a lot easier. Oh, I do apologise. I really do apologise. And then open up your ear wire by turning it to the side slightly, and then sliding on your jump ring, and then sliding your ear wire back. So if you open your jump ring to the side and then put your jump ring, slide your jump ring on and slide it back, and then push it to the back so it closes up right against the ear wire. So there you go, you have that. So now we're going to use crimp beads instead of crimp tubes. So we're going to get out 3 crimp beads to start in black, in gunmetal black. And we're going to match them to the other earring. So on the top, you're actually going to, before you use your crimp bead, you're actually going to use crimp tubes. So you need 3 crimp tubes to add on the actual Softflex. So add Softflex through the filigree. Make sure you add it in the same place on each of the filigree. Double check it by putting the filigree behind, and then feed on a crimp tube onto your Softflex. Put your crimp tube on, and have the wire down at the front if you can, and the shorter wire at the back. It is a little fiddly to do. Because you have to constantly adjust. Make sure you have a reasonable loop, not too big but not too small. Make sure it's comparable to the one on your other one. And then get your crimping tool and crimp it. So in at the back, turn it, and put it in at the front. And then bring it down right to the tip and give it another squeeze. Then cut off the small excess bit of wire. Make sure you don't cut your long bit of wire. And get rid of the long bit. And get rid of the short bit. Then next you do your long bit of wire into the centre hole. Sorry, that was screen, but I hadn't put anything onto the wire yet. As your crimp tube on, turn it upside down if you must to be able to feed the wire through. Is anyone watching any interesting films on TV as of late? At the moment, I'm watching reruns of Hell's Kitchen. Because, to be honest, I had never seen it. So, now you've got that down into position. Make sure your loops are comparable to the one on your previous one. Not too tight, but not too loose. Make sure your wires aren't crossing. They don't have to be perfect, but as close to. If anyone's looking that close to see your loops are like a couple of millimeters out, they are looking far too close. Put it in the back notch and squeeze it. Turn it and put it in the front notch. Turn it halfway, put it in the front notch. Squeeze it, bring it to the tip and give it another squeeze. And then cut off the short wire. Make sure you do not cut the long wire, because otherwise you've got to do all this again. Now for your last one. Put it through. Put it on the short side of the wire. Turn your turn your piece upside down and feed it on. Sorry, slightly off. Oh, I really do apologise. Make sure your wires are not crossed. Put it in the back notch. Make sure your loops are the same as on your other piece. Make sure your wires are not crossed. Crimp it in the back notch. Turn, crimp it in the front notch. Bring it to the front, bring it to the front. And give it a little squeeze. And then cut off the short wire. Just give it a bit of a tug test. And just cut off the short one. So there we go, that's that bit of the crimping done. Because now all you need is chain those pliers. So now I'm going to lie this piece, this earring, next to this earring. We're just going to sort out your dangles, and you're going to get your crimp beads. You're going to put on your first crimp bead. Which, if you can see them, you can put them on. So you're going to put on your first crimp bead, and you're going to line it up to your other earring. So bring your other earring in, and you're going to line it up. And then you're going to take your pliers down, and you're going to squeeze. And once you've done that, it's going to go flat like that. So now you're going to feed onto all the other wires. Before you put any other beads on, you're going to feed all your crimp beads on and do them in a line. So put that one out of the way for now, and you're going to feed them all on so you can get them in a line. Put it down, give it a crimp. Give it a really good crimp, good hard crimp to make sure it stays in place. And then do the last one. I'm just going to cut on this one, this a little shorter, the tail of it. There we go. I actually do have to redo that. These wires are a little longer, so let me get a crimp bead, a crimp tube. So there was actually a problem with that crimp. There must have been a fault with it, sadly. Just let me re-crimp it quickly. I'm just going to go off screen to crimp this really quickly so the tutorial's not too long with me having to really quickly crimp it and try and crimp it on screen. So I'm going to quickly come off screen and crimp it so that it's being crimped quickly. Little bit of a failure in the crimp then. Right, so back to where we were. So grab a crimp bead. So I have done these wires a little longer than I need to. So add the crimp bead to the end. Oh, I can't seem to get the crimp bead on. Just on this one wire, the crimp bead does not seem to want to go on. There we go. We got a crimp bead on it. Right. Back to normal service. So now bring the crimp bead down level with the rest of them and crimp it with the pliers. So it's crimped flat. So now we've got all them on this side, I need to put one, we need to put one of these beads and one of the triangle beads and put a crimp bead on. And then go right up against the bead, carefully at the tip, and just crimp down. Then bring in your earring again. And lay it next to it to add the next crimp bead. So lie it down, bring down the crimp bead to where we need to be. So we need to be just here. And then crimp down, slightly further up, and crimp down on the crimp bead. So once you've got that crimp bead in place, you can do the next 3 crimp beads all the way across. So you can add this one on. Sorry about the creaking. So add the bead on and add the crimp bead on. Careful not to catch the bead on the end. Add the crimp bead on. Right, now we need to add the beads on with the crimp bead onto the middle one. And the next crimp bead. And crimp that one down. And then add the next crimp bead on. My apologies. So now we need to line this up so we can do the crimp bead. Add the next crimp bead on. Add the next bead on. Sorry, I'm a little too far down. Add the next crimp bead on. Oh, I am so sorry. And crimp it down. Then bring in your middle one again add on your crimp bead again. And work out where your bead needs to go. And crimp it down. And then add on your bead. And add on your last crimp bead on your middle section. And remove your earring from your other one. And add on your last crimp bead for your middle section. And also crimp that one down, being careful not to catch the end of the bead. Now, the last strand, you've already got a crimp bead on, so you just need to add a bead. And then a crimp bead. And then bringing over this side, adding again on a crimp bead. Oh, I do apologise. I'm sorry. This is so hard. Right, so add the crimp bead on. Make sure it's level. Crimp it down. Add on a bead. Add on another crimp bead. Just make sure at all points, all of your triangles are all pointing down. This is your last crimp bead before you cut the end of your wires. That was your last crimp bead. So now you've got to carefully cut the end of your wires just below your crimp bead on each of your dangles. And that should give you a pair of dangly earrings. There you go, a lovely pair of triangle filigree dangly earrings with black onyx wire. If I can get them untangled. I am going to turn you up and show you what's been made today. The necklace, the bracelet that is for a lady or a younger teen. So a small lady or a younger teen. And a pair of filigree and dangly triangle earrings with showing black onyx medium Softflex wire. So let's turn you up and show you. Thank you for watching today. I'm ever so grateful for you watching me unbox the Batty kit and make some amazing jewellery with it. Wasn't it a brilliant kit? The Batty kit was so outstanding, and it definitely, as I said in the opening, made me go Batty. I've gone Batty for this kit, and I hope you've gone Batty for the jewellery I've made. So let me show you what I've made. So this is what we made to begin with. Made an asymmetrical necklace with some fidget beads on it. So we've got some ceramic beads on here, we've got a ceramic pendant, we've got a side opening clasp, we've got some lovely doubled up black chain, we've got some sea beads on here, we've got some stuff from the Jessie James bead mix. We've got such a wonderful variety. Honestly, it's outstanding what they put in this kit. But I hope you think I made a wonderful use of the beads out of this mix. And I hope you like the mixed metal look I made with what I had. And the use of stuff out of my own stash and what came in this kit. I hope you love it. And I hope you make something with this kit if you have it yourself. So, what do you think, guys? Is it up to par? Do you like it? Is it for you? Tell me what you think in the comments. Yeah, look at this gorgeous little bat at the front. Isn't he absolutely stunning? And look at the rest of these beads. Aren't they beautiful? I think Softflex have definitely outdone themselves in this kit. But bear in mind, I love anything that's around Halloween. But I love all of Softflex's kits. So I think I'm definitely a bit biased. But who isn't? It's Softflex. So now let's get on to the bracelet. I made a bracelet that wasn't, say, fully adult size. I went for the smaller woman or an older teen. It's unisex, but this is what I made. So we went for a macrame cord bit here with 2 links on either side, using the grey beads that have got this really cool effect on them. They look a bit like marble in my opinion. I used copper wire, which I hammered the links, along with a gunmetal clasp and silver chain. Totally mixed metal all the way. I'm definitely a mixed metal girl at heart. This may not be your thing. It may be. As I said, tell me everything in the comments. What you like, what you don't like. If the smaller size ain't your size, or if it is. I'd love to know. If this is your style, do you like macrameing? Do you like mixed metals? Tell me. I'd love to know what you'd like to see more of on this channel. If this is your thing, I'll show more of it. If it's not, then I'll show less. I love to make jewellery for my viewers and to show what you guys like. So tell me what you like and tell me what you'd like me to make more of. So now on next to the earrings. Now these were made with the gorgeous filigree links, the medium Softflex wire in the onyx, and those gorgeous triangle beads that got that beautiful white patterning on it. It was made with some crimp tubes, some crimp beads, both in gunmetal. They've also got some ball ear wires that came in the kit and some jump rings. Very simply made, but pack a big punch. I think they're very funky and quite a bit retro in my opinion. Well, I hope you like what I made. I hope it's inspired you if you've got the kit to make your own stuff, or if you want, give these a go. It's up to you. But also, Softflex have their own YouTube channel, and they show tutorials, they show unboxings, they show ideas with stuff to make from stuff off their website. They also have a Facebook page where you can join their challenges, which this month is from the 25th of September till the 28th of October. All you have to do for this month is put the hashtag Batty, and it's using this month's kit gone Batty. The hashtag is on the content sheet. You can use all stuff from the kit, but also with some stuff chucked in from your stash. If you do happen to join in with the challenge, you have a chance at the end of the month to win a prize. One person will win that prize, and it's chosen totally at random. And whoever wins has the chance to win next month's kit, which this time will be the Day of the Dead kit. Oh, I can't wait for that kit. Definitely my kind of kit. So, good luck if you're going to try and go for it. I wish everyone that's going to go for it all the luck in the world. And I can't wait to see your designs in the Facebook group. But also, any designs you put up, I can't wait to see them. Whether it be with the kits, whether it be stuff off Softflex website, I just can't wait to see if any designs that anyone puts up. But even if you don't put a design up and you just decide to go and have a look around the Facebook group, we'll be lucky to have you. Good luck, everyone, and I hope to see you there. See you later, friends, and thank you for watching my channel. I hope you'll like, comment, share and subscribe. See you later, friends. Bye.